Hello, my name is Douglas Jack. I work with the Sustainable Development Corporation here in Montreal, Canada, and I'm responding to Stacey. Your video, YouTube TED Talk, on why we can't shop our way to a better economy. And it has some great points in it. Like you've taken us further by putting out the reality that we can't shop our way to a better economy. What we're doing is shopping, of course, is using resources that are coming from a host of people. And really what we need to be doing is pulling all together all of our resources so that we can be in solidarity with everybody around the planet, everyone in our homes, everyone in our communities. I think there's another level here, everyone in our multi-home buildings. So half of our populations live in apartment buildings, and half of our populations, half live in apartment buildings and townhouses. Another 20% live in village settings, which you're referring to in Vermont. So what we've got is 70% of our population living in close proximity. What we need to do is, I'm going to suggest, is that the Haudenosaunee, the people of the Longhouse, whose lands we invaded here, had some wonderful gifts for us that we've ignored, and now they invited us to come and live here with using the resources, the huge polyculture orchards of white oak trees, other wonderful fruit and nut and polyculture gardens and bushes and vegetables, berries, mushrooms, literally thousands and thousands of permanent foods or permaculture foods, or call it indigenous polyculture. So, and the way that the First Nations work together through their longhouses or their extended homes, which could be pueblo, side by side like townhouses. Longhouses were more like apartment buildings, and the reason they call themselves people of the Longhouse, and which is it's actually a surprising name because both the East Coast and West Coasts of Canada and the United States, all the way from Alaska down to Mexico on the West Coast, and all the way from Newfoundland down to Florida, were living primarily in longhouses, which were big apartment buildings divided up into private living quarters for families and individuals. What this allowed them to do was to group together in critical numbers to be able to work together intergenerationally between men and women. Women's work in the homes or the kind of domestic, we call it women's work, but it's really men's as well. By grouping together people in domestic labors, they created, they joined them together in production societies. They enabled them to work. And we can do that in our apartment buildings and townhouses today. The magic we need to add, which is, here's another critique of your presentation, co-ops, one member, one vote, are still not recognizing the labor that people are doing. We're not doing the time-based human resource accounting that the First Nations would have shown us. Still, indigenecommunity.info has information for those who would like to find out about the accounting modules for multi-stakeholders, for founders, that's typically the entrepreneur, for workers, for suppliers, for consumers. Throw managers into the workers mix, and you have pretty much the full cycle of our economy. These wonderful tools that are really part of our heritage from the guilds of Europe. So when the aristocrats coming back with stolen wealth from the Middle East um, destabilized Europe, destabilized the guild systems. These are universal progressive systems of ownership from youth to elder that enabled recognition for all labors, male laborers, female laborers, equally in the sense that as the youth grew more and more into knowledge, they gained a greater say through the accounting. The accounting is a combination of capital, currency, social security, communications, math-based communication. You would say that educational values are thrown in there because of the mentorship of the elder to the youth. So one integrated accounting system for all community values. Um, these kind of tools for bringing together our critical numbers together so that we can work together in our communities the way they are right now, and to build pools of expertise in the production societies so that people can work together in their specialties. This level of economic democracy and this level of economic democracy as the foundation of political democracy is an integrated system of accounting, of human governance that involves everyone, both economically and politically, in resolving our future.